What's up, everybody out there? I am Rick Knight. Welcome to another video of The Bad Philosopher. In this video, I would like to discuss my ideas about free speech, why I'm for it, and why we should not have limited speech or hate speech. Reason number one, free speech allows me to stand here and do what I'm doing and say what I'm saying. It also allows you to criticize and scrutinize me if you don't like what I have to say. It also allows you to comment down at the bottom to correct me for saying something. It also allows you to maybe throw an insult at me if you feel necessary, which insults are always welcomed with me as long as they're funny. Please be funny. Free speech allows us to tell jokes and make each other laugh. It allows us to exchange our ideas in search of truth. It allows us to get to the bottom of any issue. It allows us to communicate with each other. It allows us to search through using our words and using our intellect to search for solutions to multiple problems in our society. Hate speech laws will have the opposite effect. It'll stop you and prevent us from openly engaging in dialogue because we would be afraid of saying something that might be considered hate, which is another problem. People who are against free speech, who want to limit free speech, and they're for hate speech, they still cannot define exactly what hate speech is. To them, hate speech is anything that they don't like, anything that hurts their feelings. In reality, in the real world, people say things. Some people say stupid things. Some people say really mean and hurtful things. And all of us are in a position to have our feelings hurt from time to time. It happens, and we grow up. Hate speech laws will prevent us from discussing ideas that could fix the social tensions between different communities, between the white community, between the black community. Just imagine if we had hate speech laws or limited free speech where the law is we are not allowed to stand up and openly criticize a police officer for using deadly force against an innocent person who was complying. Let's say that was the case. With free speech, we're allowed to stand up and be outraged. We're allowed to voice our opinion and say that this cop should be fired or he should go to prison because of the crime that he just committed. If the government implemented this type of speech, then we would be arrested or forced to pay a fine just for tweeting out something like that the cop should go to jail, or writing about it, or sharing information about how we feel about the situation. We wouldn't be able to do that if that limited free speech was working on that side of the aisle, and people on this side would be affected. Now, if your hate speech, let's just say you want hate speech laws and limited speech, and what if you don't like something that I have to say? I posted a video just a little while ago of why I'm against the gender pronoun issue, why I'm not for it. That was my free speech. That was my free thought. I'm allowed to openly discuss it and explain to you why I'm against it. You have the right to stand up and explain why you are for it. If we had some kind of limited free speech or hate speech laws, then one of us would be deemed a speaker of hate and would go to jail, have to pay a fine, and would not be allowed to openly stand up and say that. Any kind of limit on free speech will be immoral and anti-American, anti-freedom, anti-liberty. And I think we all need to stand up and say that with free speech, free speech is the mechanism, it's the tool that we use to communicate our ideas into the marketplace of ideas to be sorted out and let the people decide what ideas are worth it and what ideas aren't worth it. Without free speech, we wouldn't be the greatest nation on earth. We wouldn't have the Constitution that we have. We wouldn't be able to discuss political things, economic things, social things. We wouldn't be able to teach our young. We wouldn't be able to pass on knowledge and wisdom, or it would be at least it would be limited knowledge and wisdom being passed on based on who gets to decide what speech is good and what speech isn't. So I'm a pro First Amendment advocate. I always was, I always will be, and I would die for your right to openly say something that might offend me because you have the right to be offensive. So that's my take on free speech. Let me know, use your free speech in the comment section in the bottom to disagree with me or to agree with me or to add something or to correct me or to say anything that you possibly want to say. You can just tweet the word bananas for all I care. It's your right to say what you feel you need to say. Please subscribe and help me build this channel. Help me spread my philosophical ideas, help me gain more wisdom, scrutinize what I have to say, make me better, force me to step my game up, force me to think more, force me to be better at what I'm doing with your words. That is free speech. Thank you very much.